So suffering is optional, but moving beyond suffering, well, sometimes it takes a little work. So we went over the first step of just honestly assessing the pain that I'm in and where it's coming from. Really feeling into that. And then the next thing is opening to the possibility that I don't have to suffer about this. So that it takes some willingness. When I'm feeling attached to an outcome that's not happening, I feel like I've worked so hard and I deserve just this minimum thing, or I want something from someone else, cooperation, somebody to keep their word. Really look at what it is that I think I need, and then just check and see, am I open? I'm not trying to make force any kind of change, but just see, am I open? You know, that I need this place is so tight, it's so constricted. It's like I have the blinders on. I think this is what life needs. I think I have to have just a minimum standard, right? Maybe there isn't a minimum standard. Maybe there's good that could come out of any situation. I saw somebody at work not being kind to somebody else behind their back. So, I did what I could in that situation to temper what was being said. And then I thought, well, should I go tell the other person so they'll know that so and so is bad mouthing them about these kinds of behaviors and they can fix them or do something different? But they're not doing anything wrong. All it could do is create anxiety in that person. So I really just open to, everybody's doing well. Maybe I don't need to insert and fix and start manipulating and, just let everyone have their own space. This openness to maybe I don't have to jump in here and be the authority. That's the biggest thing. Maybe I don't have to be the authority. What a relief. Am I open to considering maybe I'm not the authority right now? So in any area of my life, I'm not the authority about what my bank account should look like. Lo and behold, there's money coming in I wasn't expecting. There's money going out I wasn't expecting. But there's always more than enough. I'm not the authority of what my bank account should be. I just realized that fleece and microfiber are just throwing off so many microplastics that I decided I really need to get rid of them. I have a couple pieces of clothing, and at first it was like, no, I don't want to. The part of me that wants those comfortable fabrics didn't want to let go. But you know what I did? I just put them aside and found a situation in which health started to become such a priority. I was in a workshop, we were talking about these ways of having glowing health into our 90s. And suddenly I felt this birthing of, yes, this is who I am. This aliveness that cherishes my body, that doesn't want to take it for granted, that doesn't want to stress it unnecessarily. And I felt so inspired. It's very easy then to just go toss away those microfiber clothing. So, I just became open and waited to see, okay, where was going to be the opportunity here to let go of an attachment that I had. So it's not like we have to even manipulate, just check and see, is there openness, and look for those opportunities to see from a new perspective, to learn from somebody else, to hear a story of, oh, well, that was a good thing that turned out for them. We can be inspired. There's lots of opportunities to be inspired, but just being in that open place, the universe just brings us to the next step. So that openness, it creates the pathways for the change to just come through us. And then we see anew and we don't have to suffer. It, it the openness is the road. The universe is constantly actually bringing us opportunities to see something afresh. And if we're open, then when they come, we'll see them. So that's the second step. Once we're open, then there's a really helpful process, and we'll start that next.